Historic, there's no other way to put it. The recent Social Security cost of living adjustment increase is the biggest in 39 years, and I want to share that with you, along with several other big changes to Social Security. And I also want to share to you maybe a little bit of a negative impact as a result of the Social Security cost of living increase. But before we get there, subscribe to my channel. I have over 30 years of experience I want to share with you, and I want you to get the wisdom from the conversations I have with my clients so you can make better informed decisions. So these are very interesting times. For those of you who are relying upon Social Security for year over year to get those increases to keep up with inflation, these have been very trying times, because the reality is over the past 15 years, the Social Security cost of living adjustments have hovered on average somewhere around 1.5%. But we've seen real inflation go up for those who were retired at a higher level, much due to the health care inflation that we are all seeing. So we've really been dependent not only upon the Social Security increases, but for many of us, the interest that we have been earning on our bonds or fixed income. And with the almost zero interest rates that we're getting on fixed income and bonds of late, it's been a very trying time. So this couldn't have come at a better time. So let's step back for a moment and sort of split it into two different viewers, if you will. For those of you who are collecting Social Security, you rely upon that fixed income and the annual increase, hopefully, that you get so that you can continue to pursue your retirement dreams. And the cost of living is the way you get the increase. Now, as I mentioned, it hasn't been a large increase over the past 15 years on average, but the reality is it's been more than those who have been getting most pensions, because the pension is fixed when they retire and typically has no cost of living adjustment. So even though it's just been nominal for Social Security, the reality is Social Security is very valuable in that there is a cost of living adjustment. Now, for those who have yet to take Social Security, what we know is that we can get delayed credits from Social Security at a rate of 8% per year. Take a look at my video and you'll see more about that. But many don't realize that they also get the 8% plus any cost of living increases. And historically, what the Social Security Administrative Trustees have said looking forward is that you can sort of plan for about a 2.5% cost of living increase over the next many years. So if you think about it in that way, certainly no guarantees, right? But you can sort of plan for somewhere between an 8 and 10% increase for each year you delay. Well, this cost of living increase may change the year you take now Social Security if you were on the cusp of thinking about taking it next year. Now, there are 567 different claiming strategies. And in my latest book, Don't Outlive Your Money in Retirement, I devote the entire second chapter to Social Security and the questions surrounding it. So go up to my banner, click on free chapter. We'll get you the free chapter plus frequently asked questions and some worksheets so you'll have more clarity on how you can make the right choice and not leave tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars of lifetime income behind for your household. So this is a really big decision, and this cost of living increase is going to be very impactful for many, mostly positive, but stick around. I have a negative to share with you at the very end as a result of this cost of living increase. But so much of it is about the planning, right? It's not just Social Security and which one you take, but you have to coordinate this with other income, portfolio income, required minimum distribution at age 72. What income do you need? Where's it coming from? So remember, this topic, very important. Planning, even more so. So let's take a look at the 5 big changes for 2022 with regards to Social Security. So the first big change, and this is what we've been waiting for, right? Inflation is back, which has been sort of bad news for a lot of people in terms of what they're paying for things. But as I said on this channel before, there's a silver lining here. And that's with regards to the cost of living increase we were expecting upcoming for the year 2022. So to step back for just a moment, the way that Social Security calculates the next year's cost of living adjustment is based on the CPIW index. And if you take a look at this chart, I'll share this with you. So the Social Security Administration looks at the third quarter numbers year over year for the CPIW. And as you can see here, it's the third quarter, July, August, and September, and they take the average. The average of that index was 253.412. Then they took a look at this year's average of the 3 numbers, and they came up with 268.421. And that's where they come up with the fact that year over year, we got a 5.9% increase for cost of living looking forward to 2022. That's great news. Again, reflecting upon the income that we get from our portfolios, particularly the bond area or fixed income area where it's been very challenging, where interest rates are near zero, maybe a little bit more than that, but then we get taxed on it. This 5.9%, the biggest increase since 1982, is really very welcome news. The second big change is in regards to the average benefits that people are going to be receiving. So let me take you to my screen again. So as you can see here, going from 2021 to 2022, for all retired workers, the number goes from $1,565 up to $1,657 on a monthly basis. If you're a couple with both collecting Social Security, we move upwards to $2,753 per month from $2,599. If you're a survivor, post the age of 60, it moves up to $1,553 from $1,467. And let's take a look at disability benefits also, which are impacted. On a positive basis, that number moves up to $1,358. All of that is good news if you're dependent upon this income. But again, wait to the last point, because I think we have something we have to ponder as a result of this. So the third element, the third big change, is the amount you have to earn for one credit. So let's digress for just a moment here. Okay, basic Social Security knowledge. You have to have 40 quarters in order to be eligible to collect Social Security, which for most people is 10 years if you worked all of the 10 years. However, it's the top 35 years that they count towards your benefit and then the calculation they have within it. But you have to earn a certain amount in each quarter in order to get that credit. So let's take a look at what they've done. So as you can see here, in 2021, you needed to earn $1,470 to earn one credit. Now you must earn $1,510. The fourth big change is with regards to maximum taxable earnings. So in 2021, the maximum that you could be taxed on in terms of your income was $142,800. That number for 2022 has been moved upwards to $147,000. So the impact to you is this. For a self-employed individual, it's a $520 additional tax. If you're a W-2 employee, it's a $260 additional tax. The fifth and final change is with regards to your earnings limit. Now, what is that in reference to? So if you're collecting Social Security at age 62, but not yet full retirement age, whatever that is for you, somewhere between 66 and 67, depending upon when you were born, then there will be an offset of the Social Security benefits that you're receiving, depending upon how much you're going to earn that year. As you can see, in 2020, that limit was $18,240. For 2021, it was $18,960. And in 2022, it will be $19,560. So anything you earn above that number for next year, there will be some offset. Remember, you will get that back in a prorated fashion once you start collecting your Social Security. Now, I did mention to you there may be one negative impact that we have to think about as a result of this historic 5.9% increase. And that's with regards to liquidity of Social Security and whether or not Social Security is going to go bankrupt. Well, in essence, the trustees have said in their report that we have enough money to pay 100% of the guaranteed benefits up until about the year 2034-35. With this increase for the cost of living of 5.9%, some reports have come out that said that that may come back down to the year 2033. Now remember, that doesn't mean Social Security is going bankrupt. It just means that if we do not make any changes at all with regards to how Social Security is funded or we pay it out, that only about 80% of the 100% guaranteed benefits will be able to be paid. It's my professional opinion, certainly no guarantees. It's just the way Congress in Washington work. We'll address this as we get closer and be able to kick the can down the road a little bit. I'm not really concerned because at this point we're celebrating the fact that we got our 5.9% increase. For more information on Social Security, check out our playlist.